been 3 months since I started my Pokemon card business, and there's a lot of things that I've learned, a lot of things that I didn't expect, and a lot of great outcomes that have come with it, and also a lot of downsides with it as well. It's been a wild ride, so let's get into it. My name is Tyler with Crystal Beast TCG, and thank you for joining today. I want to go through a few things that I have learned in these last 3 months since I started my Pokemon card business. It has been an interesting ride to say the least, and I just want to walk through some of the things that I originally had planned. Some of the things changed, obviously. My original goal with it as well within the first 3 to 6 months worth of time. Some things I want to do differently. Was I successful with some of the things that I did? And some of the things that I learned. And then also, let's look at the next few months of time to see what I plan to do in those next few months to see if it kind of helps kickstart everything when it comes to the business side of things. So, starting us off, let's look back at my original plan. Now, I did not share this original plan with everyone. It was just something that I had in my brain, some things that I wanted to do to see how it ran out. So, the first thing that I wanted to do, pack openings. A booster pack a day to keep the professor away. That was the thing I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of draw in those people who were interested in those daily pack openings because I wanted people to see what everyone else is pulling. Everyone likes to see when people gets hits. Everyone likes to see just what's going to happen when they open this pack. And with this, I wanted to build a base of followers and subscribers in the hopes that, hey, maybe one day they'll understand that I am an individual just trying to start a business. I am just like anyone else here. I'm honestly no one special when it comes to the Pokemon industry, but I want to supply individuals with cards. I want to give them the opportunity to open packs just like I am doing on my daily pack openings. So that's why I started opening packs on a regular basis. And on top of that, I wanted to record battles with my son. Honestly, my son is the reason why I started getting into this. He has his love for this and his joy when it comes to playing Pokemon. Honestly, has been amazing. We actually just did our first Pokemon League 2 weeks ago now. I think it was 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, probably about 2 weeks ago now. And he was so into it. It was crazy to watch his brain just dial in and just go. I didn't even have to help him. I told him I wasn't going to help him, and I didn't help him, and it was just crazy to watch his brain just go. And that comes from all the times that we've been battling, which is part of recording those battles with him so that he can understand how to play the game, understand how to play well, and then also know how to iterate on his deck whatever he is playing so that he can then adjust to any things that happen to him. He did not win any of his games or any of his battles during that league, but it was such a fun time for him. So recording battles with my son is something that I really wanted to do just because I want to show everyone that this is a fun game to play. Even if you are just a collector, enjoy the game itself. My son is enjoying it. I enjoy it. And I enjoy watching him. The other thing with that as well is doing news updates, doing news updates videos, doing news update posts. And then with that my goal was to actually get enough income to pay for my subscriptions, pay for my supplies, get through that first year of a business with minimal downside. Of course, I have not necessarily debt, but I have gone into, I have not paid off all of my supplies that I've gotten when it comes to Pokemon cards, but I have, but the desire was actually to pay off things like my Wix subscription, my domain, my business license, packing material, things like that, so that I can at least justify that I have something, I have the ability to do something and keep something going. So those were my plans. That was my goal initially. And again, as I said, I never shared that with anyone. It wasn't something I was trying to put out there, but I wanted to at least get to that certain point, and that was what I was trying to do. Now, with all of that, that was the original plan. That was 3+ months ago when I first had those plans. Things don't always go as planned. If you're in any type of business or have done any type of project planning or anything like that, things don't always go as planned. And other things come up, sometimes good, sometimes bad. But I want to share some of the things that actually went well for me. And some of those things were I connected with a lot of local collectors at various stores. And by various stores, I mean Barnes & Noble, Best Buy, Target, places like that. I was able to connect with a lot of collectors in those area or at those stores during Pokemon drops. It was great. Again, if you watched my vendor video previously, this community is amazing. We also have a desire to collect Pokemon cards, to rip packs, to see what we can possibly get. And this community is amazing. And the best way to connect with people is being where they are at. And they are all in these local locations at these various stores. And so I was able to connect with a lot of local collectors. And with that, even with the person that I vended with at my first show, we're vending at another show in this upcoming week, which, hey, if you're in the local Sacramento area, come check it out. Check out my Instagram and you'll see the post there for where we're going to be at. But with that, I connected with them, and we people become friends with this way. And it was great to be able to do that. And I didn't expect the community out of this that I have gotten. And it is honestly quite awesome, quite amazing. So, and with that as well, things I doing differently, vending at a card show. I honestly didn't expect to be vending at a card show. I didn't want to. Vending at a card show is not like my ideal scenario or ideal situation. But with with vending at these shows, I'm also able to offload a lot of Japanese cards. So my hopes is that with this vending at these card shows, I can then turn this into maybe a more consistent thing. And then the last thing that I have is for something that I did differently is considering wholesaling. I've connected with a few people on Discord when it comes to their wholesaling options, and honestly, it's an interesting market to wholesale cards to other people. You obviously are selling them at a lower rate, so your margins are extremely low when it comes to wholesaling, but you do build up a consistent and recurring purchases among people who are wanting to use this for their own thing, like Whatnot streams. So wholesaling cards, it's something that's on my mind, something that I'm considering as well. These are all things I've done differently, things that I wasn't expecting really. But hey, it has honestly really paid off, and I've really enjoyed a lot of it. And so with that, to my original goal, getting enough income to at least pay for my subscription supplies. Again, I wanted to get enough income to at least pay for these. Again, this is not like this is profit. Well, but also it's like when you're in a business model, it's not necessarily profit when you're in debt to those things. So with that, I have was I successful to get to that point where I could pay off a lot of those subscriptions and business licenses and domain and whatnot? Close, very close. Honestly, I honestly sold a lot of my single cards, which was really great to be able to sell those off, because those had, and in my business side of it, they had no, there was no payment on my side to have to acquire those. They were just from my set. So with selling those off, there was 100% margins because the cards were so old. There's no money that I paid for them. But I also had with that, I also sold off a few booster boxes as well when I was vending at the card show. That also helped with the margins on top of that. So it helped me get closer to paying off those subscriptions. I'm very close to it. It was a 3 to 6 month goal that I had to at least pay for those subscriptions, so at least give it that year worth of time, because then at that point it shows that I can be successful. I'm not going to be 100% way in profit. I'm not going to be in the black, but I still expect to be in the red because of all the product that I have to acquire still in order to supply everyone with the cards. But it at least has shown that this can be a successful business model, which I'm very happy about, honestly. And it's not a lot of money, honestly. It's not a lot of money at all. I'm very low on the profit scale in general, but at the same time, still paying it off, and that makes me excited, honestly. And so, with that, I've learned a lot in all of this. And it's only been 3 months, and I've learned a lot, and it's consuming. Doing a business is extremely consuming. Running a business is extremely consuming. whenever you're not with your family, you're thinking. When you're with your family, you're thinking about your business. Whenever you're not with your family, when you're with doing your business stuff, you're thinking about your family. And it's hard, and honestly, it causes my brain to burn out quite rapidly, which is unfortunate. I've had to learn to silo off or section off different parts of my brain when it comes to things that I'm doing. So when I'm doing things, I'm doing them for the business. When I'm with my family, I need to be with my family. One of the things that I learned, and I honestly expected it to not provide a ton. Didn't expect it to provide nothing. I expected to provide not a ton, which was pack openings. Doing these pack openings, they are fun. I like doing them. My son likes doing them. My son likes watching me do them. But they don't turn into sales. As a business, I need to make money. If I don't make money, I cannot keep doing these things. And so pack openings aren't leading to any sales. And with that, I've learned that I need to kind of broaden my horizon when it comes to advertising style videos on shorts, on Instagram posts. I need to kind of adjust my format of things that I'm doing when it comes to my videos, because I'm a business. I'm trying to run a business here, and businesses require sales in order to be successful. So pack openings, not so great. It does bring a good base, and I enjoy doing these with people. I'm glad that people get to have some type of joy when it comes to watching me open these packs. And will I continue to do them? Likely. But we'll talk about that shortly. The other thing is YouTube consumption. YouTube consumption can lead to very quick burnout. If you are consuming too many people, too many different individuals, too much knowledge or too much information from people on YouTube, that leads to quick burnout, because if you spend all your time watching their videos, you're not spending enough time making your own videos, learning your own things, and talking about these things that you are learning. You can learn a lot from them, but at the same time, it's important to also get to the point where you are the one providing this knowledge first versus them providing this knowledge first, or you providing it alongside them at the same time versus you providing it late. Another thing that I learned is that vending at a card show is actually a great way to move product. Vending at a card show really helped me move a lot of my product out. I made quite a bit of money at the first card show, and I'm looking forward to this next one that's coming up. But I was able to move a lot of product out, which was extremely helpful when it comes to keeping this business going. So vending at a card show is something that I probably will continue to do. And it was really helpful and really great to see the success that came from that. The last thing I would say that I learned was that community is important, and it is important to build it. If you are doing everything solo in the Pokemon community, you're gonna have a really hard time, especially in the community or the industry as it is right now. It's really important that you build community with people, the people that are around you. Even the local people are the most important, because you see them on a regular basis. You see them at the card shows. You see them at the card stores. You see them at the Pokemon leagues. And any other TCG league, whatever, no matter what it is, it's really important to have that community and that local community. A lot of things that have happened, a lot of things that I've learned, and for the next 6 months, some things I have to figure out how to change. So one of those things is likely going to be less pack openings. Honestly, it's extremely costly. These packs cost $5 to $6 a piece to open up, and doing 5 of them a week, you're looking at $25 to $30 a week just opening packs, and I'm not getting much out of it. It's not really helping my business much, and in order for my business to survive, I need purchases. And if the thing that I'm doing is not resulting in purchases, then I need to kind of switch my model. And so with that, I would likely do less pack openings. Honestly, my son still loves to open packs. My son actually likes to show off opening packs. You'll see his hands on there versus mine, and those will probably they'll still continue because we have a lot in our own personal collection, and we are still opening all of our personal collection. And so with that, we'll just have less of them, but they'll still continue, just not as much. And also, originally, this all started off with me and my son doing things, and I want to incorporate my son's progress with this a bit more. I know I originally did those the deck reviews, and I did I do our recorded battles, but I want to kick that up a bit more. I want to do that a little more frequently with everyone, because my son, he's built like 4 decks since the last deck that we showed, and he's just putting things together because he wants to. He's 7 years old. He's just putting together what he knows is best, and I kind of give him a little bit of a framework to work with. And he just puts it all together because he knows how these cards are working. So I want to share that with you all. I think I want to continue to incorporate my son's progress with his decks and with the progress with his battles. I need to focus more on the news and the business updates as well. I want to at least do a monthly thing regarding my business, because I know I have not done anything since I first started this a couple months ago, and I need to do a lot more when it comes to the business updates. Some people are interested in the business updates, and I want to make sure that I'm giving everyone what they want. But at the same time, it's really helpful, also, honestly, for me to give myself my own recap of, hey, how did this last month go? How did the sales go? How are things going? Whatnot. So I want to make sure that I'm doing that on a more frequent basis for your sake and also for my sake, so that I can keep up with everything. And then also with the news as well, keeping up with the news, what's going on with the news. There's been so much news in the past 6 months. I don't know how people have been keeping up with it. Honestly, if it's their full-time job, that makes sense. This is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job elsewhere, and I also have a family of three young kids on top of that. So it's difficult to keep up with the news with how much has been coming out. But I'm going to try to keep up with it a little bit more. Maybe not perfect, but going to keep trying to going at it. So another thing I'm going to continue to do local card shows, vending at card shows, because honestly, again, that local community is really important. Making sure that your face is out there, you're talking with people, you are working with them, you're learning with them, and you're growing with them. Having that local community is really important, and I want to make sure that I'm continuing to do that and continuing to grow that around me, and for my sake and for my son's sake too. I'm going to also continue to explore that wholesale option a bit further. It is not perfect at all right now. I've got a lot of things I still need to figure out with it, but I want to continue to explore that. I think it could be extremely beneficial for all the local people around me, and also anyone else who just decides to chime in. I want to make sure I can provide them with Japanese Pokemon cards at a reasonable price so that they can make profits at their own business as well. Then the last thing I want to do is actually something new. The last few things have been something that I've was trying to do previously and kind of slowed down at. But this next one is something I want to try to do new, which is a mystery package. With those mystery packages having packs in them, having extra things in them, like sleeves or whatnot. But honestly, it's not going to be high priced. I know that when you look at mystery packs with other YouTubers, other businesses, they're doing packs that are $50, $60, $70, $80 plus $100 plus mystery packs, and you're doing mystery slabs at paying $40, $50, $60. I don't want to do that. But also to the standard player, to the dad or mom who just wants to buy cards for their kids because maybe their kids like cards or like Pokemon cards. I want to provide something for that community. I know it's out there. And so with that, maybe doing mystery packs that are a little bit on the lower end of cost, 20, 15, 20, $25 mystery packages that have booster packs in them, that have cards for them to be able to open up, and the chance of getting a card that's worth $30, $40, $100, whatever it may be. So I'm considering a mystery package in that way. So if that's something that you may be interested in, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm very curious if that's something that people are interested in. This is going to be, again, lower end on the cost, and you're not going to get the highest thing. You're not going to get the greatest thing, but you're going to get an opportunity to have fun. And that's what I really care about, and that's what I want the community to care about. That's the community that I want to connect with. So definitely, if you're interested, leave me a comment down below. But with that, I know that sounds like a lot. Honestly, I feel like I have done quite a bit to kind of narrow myself down. These last few months have been quite scattered at what I want to do. But these things that I'm talking about should help narrow myself down so that I don't burn out. Because that's definitely one of the things that I have been dealing with, is quite a bit of burnout when it comes to what I could be doing, what I should be doing, what's out there, what's available. There's so many things that I could be doing. But if I focus myself down, I pick the things that I want to do, I'm saying yes to those things, that allows me to say no to the other things. And so I want to continue to say no to things so that I can make sure to say yes to the things that I've already said yes to. So with that, that is my 3-month business update. Thank you for joining in. And if you're interested in Japanese Pokemon products, check out my website, crystalbeasttcg.com. And if you check out my daily pack openings, by all means, go take a look at those. They are fun. I really enjoy them. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks so much.